My name is Kathy Hepinstall, and this is my best worst idea. I thought that Dan Wieden and I had a running joke between us. I was going to come get him on a white horse, and we were going to go ride down a beach together on a white horse together. It was just one of those stupid jokes that somehow assembled itself. And so he saw me a couple of times. I was freelancing up at Wieden and Kennedy and said, "Where's the horse?" So I thought, wait, this is a thing. I have a joke with Dan Wieden, which is like having a joke with Jesus Christ. If Jesus Christ forgot the joke, like Dan did. I went to lunch with Melanie Myers, who was then a creative recruiter. I said, "Hey, is there a toy store somewhere? I want to get Dan a little white horse for our joke." And so, of course, by the end of the lunch, I was like, forget it. I will ride into Wieden and Kennedy on a white horse and ask him to run away from me in front of the whole agency. It'll be this great piece of theater. Melanie tried to get me a horse, and it had to be a white horse. In my feverish imagination, it had to be a white horse that I rode into Wieden and Kennedy on, bareback. So I called, and it was this older woman, and she had this horse she told me that would work perfectly, and she made this horse sound like Prince Valiant's horse. She just liked the whitest, most beautiful, most stunning horse that, I'd ever seen. This to be perfect. So what could go wrong? So the morning of, I got this call, "You got to come. He's here right now. The horse is here." So I rounded the corner, and I saw this rusty old trailer, and this elderly couple was dragging this 25-year-old yellow, waxy, angry nag out of it. And her first words to me were, "Well, it used to be white." The horse was totally pissed off. The first thing the horse did was accidentally step on her foot, and she retaliated by punching it in the neck. So the horse was extra, extra, extra angry. And then they're like, "Get on." So I'm like, oh boy, this could still work. So I got on the horse's back, and it didn't want me, like, on its back immediately. It's trying to get me off. So they lead the horse up this ramp, and through these double doors, Roger Campson around an email, "Everybody go to the second floor." I look up, and all of Wieden and Kennedy is assembled there. And the horse is trying to butt me, trying to shake me off. And I'm trying to hold on. And I look up, and I hear this weird, I'll never forget the murmuring sound. And the crowd parted. And so Dan, looks over down at me, and his face just turned white. And he said, "Oh, my God." And I held my hand up, and I said, "Dan, I'm here to take you to our island." But as I was saying this to him, the horse was turning around. So I was giving the speech over the horse's ass, kind of turning around to Dan. And, of course, Dan, it turned out, he had no idea what I was talking about. He had forgotten all about the island, all about the horse, everything. He just thought this idiot was on a horse yelling at him. He thought at the time that I had a nervous breakdown or something. And so then we took some really nervous pictures. Dan looks like a deer in headlight, and I am still completely oblivious that Dan doesn't know what's going on. I am thinking to myself, this is the greatest thing ever. Dan must think this is fantastic. And then Dan just kind of looked at me, and Dan said, "Well, God bless you." And I said, "Oh, well, I've got to be going." And they start leading the horse out, and thank God somebody started clapping, because everybody started clapping. And I gave a little wave as they guided the angry nag out of Wieden and Kennedy, and it this tobacco turned into this triumphant moment because of the generosity of a bunch of confused strangers.